answer na benyana say onye wasede. Asede ne say a man who can't take care of his home is worse than an unbeliever. Is that not it?
Yes.
So I'm providing everything. Mind you, a wife is not the duty of a husband. There is no law that has been stated that when I marry Rosie, buy her car, buy a house. No. The upkeep of running the home. She's running the house. I'm paying the rent. I'm paying the water bill. I'm providing food. Now, by law, a man is not supposed to take care of the house alone. By law. You asked a question from the beginning. The law is that today, minimum cost is was in a child support. The law will ask her that she should pay part because she's gainfully employed by law.
Yes. Yes.
So if in the house, no, may no man be afraid when you marry to a stage wife.
Yeah, there's such respect. Say, man, and say, Jobani.
And I'm saying, Bema sebo oba enya nche so be boa ukunu. But nyansa wo mu say, oh, you should be available to support.
Okay.
Not by request. But if you ask from pure water sachet to toilet roll, you are a stupid wife, not a woman. You know why? So I told you here before that a man is not anything that anybody can joke with, unless you don't want to be. Then when you migrate from a man to a husband, your life is finished. Your wife is looking at you. Your children are looking at you. The family you belong to are looking at you. So that is what a man is. You understand? So you marry Rosie today, and Rosie is going up and down. Rosie, if you can, I say, wives, listen to me. When your husband came to marry you, you didn't come with a car, but you have a car. When you are growing up, before the man married you, you saw your mother and your father in your grandfather's house. To him, stop the noise, requesting for 2-bedroom house. I just got here, I was called. The young man that I'm managing because the BPN escalated has just been walking to the morgue.
Oh, wow.
Because of a stupid wife. Wow. I feel so upset.
Pressure.
Look, I want to say this. Get angry. Don't allow any wife to kill you. Don't. What is it? When this boy wakes up every morning, and I say, his capacity is a chamber in a hall. What is it? You were married. When the guy came to marry you from your father's house, you were living with your parents, and in that house that you were living is that small room where there was a small chair and there's a small bed. Your mother has lived with your father with your 7 siblings for 30-something years.
Money pressure.
This young man has bought you a car. Unfortunately for him, in a car, don't worry, marry a rich woman, but still be broke as a husband. And if you take anything from a wife, you will pay for it before you go to your grave.
Then support now, because some support in
better for you to be in a bar. The whole day, Nako PFA, I'll be other. And I'll bow with you for. Who be a dana? Make us over that.
Boys, it can be after you winning now.
Say, yes, she uncle for yes, she uncle for baby, crofoni now. We have a game in the get Rosie back. No, when about this one about yeah, the 4 girls, but any girl was studio Richie, what girl now or this cartoon this one is Sky value.
If you are dollar.
Also a cute. Also a cute. Or a short, also a cute. Say Oba, on your no they come with the extra girls.
The squad back.
And the squad here, but they say, Manfabiamba, Togo Dibiaba, Sebo Dibiaba, Richie Manfabiamba, and Tobacco and Iba, and a co-opted member within the fraternity. Yeah, finding my straight. But all of a sudden, I'll be introduced to it. And once I am avoiding a nagging wife so that I'm living on the rooftop. So don't blame a drunkard. Don't blame it, because I'm saying that some are saving themselves from this sort of ridicule. Why should a man who has a house with air condition, a good chair, over 35,000, go into a hostel? Go into a hostel, go and sit in Jinyami and sleep.
Bank bed.
Go and sit in a hostel girl's Jinyami chair. No, that.
Hanging here more dining.
Say other girls say bunny about dance. Say oh da bako. But da bako there. Say I am what is saying. Da ya dance. That ya the audio mother. So he goes and they are praising him. What keeps a man going? Is every time. Yeah, me and the other one in him.
Oh, right, cooker.
Sebo, I'm saying that you see the job we do, and when people sit in front, they are speaking, and men don't talk. So when the men start speaking,
but wrong. Wait, yeah, idea. I mean, it's got time to say, guess, wow, come, wabu, say, senior man, but so say, hey, I mean, what comfort in Kwan?
What comfort? And this one, me say, now, what call Rosie Hoa? At the end of the day, me Rosie Trim, what at all will I do? There I am in Bayer, and Pemagra, Yanni Bayer. One day, Pemagra, the Bear Masada. You see, look, marriage is good, and I always choose marriage over singleness. But I am Rosie marry, but have a better mind, because you will be like your mother. And mind you, I always say that my wife and my mother are the same, because they are all co-opted members. My wife is not a Lutrot. I married her and she became Mrs. Lutrot. So the spirit of the Lutrot is not in her. Okay. Your wife is Mrs. Wood. She is not a Wood. So whatever spirit you have, your giving spirit, your understanding spirit, your foolishness to get what you want, she doesn't have it. She can fight you when you go home. On this same radio, somebody who was made Mrs. something. When I and the husband was having a chat and we're cool, she comes to the husband's back and was angry for what I'm saying to the husband who is not angry. The husband didn't have peace of mind at home. Till today, until the husband lost the job. Yeah, the husband has lost their job. So my issue is that
reminds me of
when we are celebrating fathers, I said there are more than we have 15 types of fathers, and I gave you some of them. But I want to talk to every father. If you are angry, listen to me. What brought the prodigal son back was not God. Don't be deceived. The prodigal son said, even in my father's house, the maid servants don't eat these things. I will go back to my father and say, I have sinned against God and my father, because let there be an imprint of a certain lifestyle in their mind. Do you understand? Yeah. So that when they leave, they will remember. No matter what happens, Mawoba enko non kai say, me papa no ye rasta, me papa no shiwi, me papa no makweteshi. And to do baby mponu afa nyame na ne ho akiri na on kai say ne mama no makwe, ne papa no makweteshi. Ne mama let your sons have something about you, not about their mother, because their mothers are co-opted members. What did I make say? It's I said the air course says here. Say, but don't die because of marriage. Don't allow any wife to kill you. Well, and this is my last point.
Yeah.
I saw the video. You've seen it. Who? I saw that Agra that visited a Siama in an office. Did you see it? Are you serious? You're not on social media?
No, but those there are things I filter out of my way. Of course,
he has been made the CEO. Yes, yeah, my God, why you fine? Hey, you be a Juma Mawaye. Bra, found see. And come on, would be first in the bino. And fatu hunting your job back of them. I see, man. Say, I got I get the sort of hungry, no baby, yo. Or you couldn't hungry. Because you hear me and say, a person I won't count Sika Kakra. Now, glad that they come a basic Sika Kakra kind of so. If you're a husband with not Tiano, but one Tiano, as an insemblance cow, Honkamayantia, me would have no baby or Hanka won't. Like I make sure we never watch me. Now, say, hey, man, Nyakwa, Molly. Molly. Don't disgrace the fraternity of husbands.
For story, we have 3 minutes to go. But this
2 seconds, cry. I can't
reminds me of Asema Socrates. Say, if you marry, you'll be happy.
Good.
But if you marry a bad wife, you become a philosopher.
Yes.
Okay.
And that statement is coming from the Bible. The Bible says that it is good to marry. But if you don't, motivation speaker, who professional counselor to say me motivation speaker. And probably but I was say on social media. Oh, 2 foot is be an one in nonsense. Kind your story. Kind your story.
Never makes an effort to pay for anything. It's like her money is hers and mine is ours. In the 1 year we've been together, she always looked to me for anything financial. The interesting thing is she earns more than I do. Really. Also, she earns more than I do and even has a side job. One time I pretended to be broke and she asked me and asked her for a loan. She said I should go and give quick loan. I was shocked.
Good referral. It's a very good referral.
Not that I'm incapable of providing a need to, but I'm thinking about the future. This attitude worries me because one of the foundation of good marriage is generosity.
Thank you.
And she seems to lack it.
Thank you.
For this reason, I've been thinking of ending the relationship. But is that the right approach? Also, lady at now 1 year. Now, now, again, Nisikana acquires or no Nisika. Now, or no Bema Nisika, the Yomusika. Now, maybe your shadow is saying, watching it, your money, Kakramon. So, now take quick loaning. What do you mean? Maybe one watching me, I'm quite quick loan. No, dear. So, what? What dream wants to be wasting them one. So,
the first question is that when a woman is able to refer you to a place that you can take a loan, she's a wise woman.
Wow.
Number 2, she's also saving you from future disgrace because she'll refer you to that help that she gave you. But your story is not important to me. But the lesson in it is what I'm leaving for you in 2 minutes. Now, hear me, young man. This is not your wife. This is something I popcorn. Try me to no shame. Mark me, no shame of free. So what I'm saying is this is not your wife. This is a material you are surveying to see if it can become a wife.
You don't think she can work it out?
Now hear this, and hear again. No relationship must end in marriage. Ask Rosie, she will tell you. So if you are journeying yourself to a place, Togo Boga, brokenheartedness was an act of foolishness. He was not broken. He invested, emotional investment. So nobody has called you to spend on anybody's daughter. Even in marriage, I started from the beginning that there's a caveat that you don't spend on wives. So how much more no koni opeko? Something that everybody can enjoy. But hear me, a woman who doesn't give you now, it is not a sign that she won't give you in marriage. No. They are stingy families. There are people that they have trained them that make sure that when you meet a man, milk them. So, young man, when you have, spend, and never spend what you need on a woman. Spend what is left on a woman. Because no deal is a good deal if it's not affordable. So, young man, your story is that you need counseling. Whether you want to walk away from her, nobody can stop you. But your reason for walking away should not be that she hoards her own from you. If she exposes her money to you now, you will never be okay for the rest of your life. But never spend what you need on a woman. Spend your leftover on a woman. And once you spend a leftover, they'll respect you, yes. Never use your capital to enhance a woman. You'll be called a fool among her friends. So, young man, your story is straightforward. You need counseling because quick loan now or cash or catch and say what could you quick loan? Nasha di obekachiro. Obekachiro say when echire so ye den bema. Sebo entoa da 2 days ago. Dealer minyaye kesie na aka skake twebi amma pikia. When I'm say nothing is a good deal if it's not affordable. On 0277 our dear ya wunye bi anya hwe 609 644 0277 609 644. Wa wo say sika wo ba ho Bimienu.
Councillor John Luther tonight say they can matters of the heart of the abroad on Tuesday.
So me show someone to zoom. I feel say now
for board councillor so far ayene.
Oh, the guys Abusuya should omo ba bema. The son oba Jimmy for baby bia we are seeing.
What be my end?
How do you give yourself to me? You want to know your hair looks nice like this. You look very beautiful like this. So the other one looks very scary. So keep the sweat in as well. They don't know. So the time is short. The moment is short, and finally the short girl is sitting here, and like I said on radio, she is harassing a young innocent man who thinks that she's met anything. I tell everybody that you are giving a name that is losing its value. $1. Shock you.
My goodness.
Your badness. What's good about you?
Daddy, why would you do that?
Who is using this fake phone?
I have a cell phone.
Who is on radio?
Goodness.
No, are you on radio?
Today I'm not on radio.
Yeah, so
that was why you were able to say things.
Even when
I was not there to defend myself.
You don't need to defend yourself.
I don't need to defend myself.
Rosie, please give me my water. Yes. Because this girl sitting here, she's a future witch.
I am not.
All right, so
I thought the conversation ended here. Why will you go there?
Because I have to use you as an example.
Why would you use me as an example? The
last time I spoke wasn't about you. Hey, maybe I said party. I mean, go school and
why would you do that to me?
To who?
Why? Why would you do that to me?
I mean, those who know you, they should text you by now and tell you what I said.
Goodness, drive away, man.
You can go and watch and cut that portion and post on your behalf.
Let me post on my behalf.
Because what I said about you, everybody knows is true. Because everybody.
What did you say about me in the first place?
So you are not listening.
I was watching and listening to the announcement and watching the auditions. So I'm listening.
Somebody is watching from an announcement on TV. You know the kind of person I'm talking about. The line. Maybe I spoke about the one here. Let's do a leave here.
I don't want to what you say, and I'll come and defend myself.
Well, she will defend herself, but everybody knows that she's not attractive sexually because she can't have 10 rounds, like I said. Can you tell people you can have 10 rounds?
What would you even say that in the first place?
No, testify. You say you want to defend yourself. Can you have 10 rounds?
What did you say about me? I didn't defend myself. I can't have 10 rounds. I can't.
So what I said is not a lie.
Why would you say that?
But she has a body for 10 rounds sexual, but she can't. That's the problem.
I have a very nice pelvic, so after giving birth to 10 children, that one I can do it. Yes.
If nice pelvic is what produces 10 children, like this woman at the back of the house here, she has 400 children. How many children does I do at that house?
5.
Because she also has a nice pelvic.
Yes. If we decide to go, she can go.
And that's where Siama is stuck. Siama is Bema, Nimagrada. Obi a didn't need 2 million. Eh?
Did you close with me or you began with me or I was in the middle?
Well, if you're not listening, go and ask those who are listening. All right. So let's go. I'm sorry for the day. As for this daughter girl here, whose matter is, I won't show it because the one is that she doesn't wear one. I am sad. I feel the pain in my heart. A family sat down for their son to be put in the fridge just now because of marriage. I dare. What are you asking? Nami obo na wadi cry fan obi. Nami obo na wadi cry fan obi. So you see, in this world, if you want to know that a woman is a gossiper, figure something small in her life. She's using her credit to hear what I said. For concern.
This is what she did. This is what she when you shaped nothing when you mean. Mommy, Daddy. That's on the side, and that's what you do.
So finally, she's going to see herself in my mouth. And she's made a video convincing the guy that she's not what I said she is.
I am not what you said I am.
But she is.
I am cute.
Finally. I'm not today, I'm closing at 6. I'm closing at 6 today. The non-communicable diseases, blood pressure, sugar diabetes, and all these diseases are fast killers. And so I want to encourage all of us, let's watch our emotions very carefully. The fact that things are not going down well with you doesn't lead you to die. Don't die for whoever wants to cry at your funeral, because this young man who just passed out as I enter the car inside, it's painful, and I'm kind of saying on the phone. Say it's painful, no, and yes, it's painful means and I well, we want to be sure of what we are doing. We want to be sure of what we are supposed to do. And so I will not waste much of your time today. I just want to go to my story for today. if Abner can come early to come and read for me, because we are dropping down from 100 to the lowest number now, and we are now 61. But how many of you believe that marriage can be a fast killer than HIV is? Both for men and women. What I spoke about today, a young man who is battling issues with a wife, and unfortunately for him, based on all these inconveniences and encumbrances, he has I like, what do you say? You agree? Just come up here quickly and let's do our justice to our thing. So what I'm saying is, I am not saying here that I hate women. I don't hate. I love women. My association in life has always been women. I think it's a family trait. I don't like a quiet house. I like a house that a lot of women will always be there, especially where I don't easily disassociate or disconnect myself from women. But I'm saying that you don't have to die because of marriage. If you die in a car crash with your husband in the same car, that's okay. But for any party to disturb you, and we should be careful, because you see, when women are doing things to kill you, what men will do to kill you will be that they might be sleeping with somebody else that you don't like, even though you feel the man should not do that. But what a woman will do to kill you is to disconnect all your allies. Imagine a wife goes to tell a husband's boss about things that she thinks the husband is doing, which is wrong. Is it fair? I mean, it's so painful that upon Juma or also if your husband is even lying, you discover that your husband is lying, that he's a cover-up, so he doesn't come home early, just because he feels that the house is not conducive and there's no form of happiness in the house. Should you in any way go to the boss and ask the boss, can you help my husband to come home early so that we can have peace in our house, because I'm not enjoying my husband at all? The boss says, why? He said, my husband comes home very late, and every day is because you sent him somewhere. And the boss said, oh, no, I've not sent your husband before. He's a senior officer. Now you're going to say what you're not supposed to say. And when you want to ask this, the boss calls the guy and asks the guy, your wife came here. Say, eh? He said, your wife came to me. Say, how? When? How? Through what means? The guy was broken that the wife can go to the boss, drive my own car to my boss's office, bend my own food at my boss's office, just to go and ask my boss, has he been sending me to go on errands in the evening? Because your checks shows that he wherever he goes to sleep around with women. I don't get this. The man has been in the office with the boss. They have been working for 18 years before they got married, before they got into the system. Today, you've been able to the extent that the boss will always say, but the boss may catch them also be careful with your wife, because I'm not saying, I mean, you've never spoken bad about your wife before. Every day you are praising your wife. But for the things she came to say to me, to talk to you about, sit her down and then talk to her. And I told the guy, don't sit your wife down to talk to her. She'll kill you when you sit down. Or she'll say things that will hurt you. I told him straight. But he too, he loved his wife. I mean, the foolishness of ourselves. We've been told to love our wife forever. So we are loving them in every means. So when they're hurting us, they don't know they're hurting us. And when a man's ego is touched, your BP will go up. And it's so painful to be hurt by a woman and still give her sexual intercourse. Say, Oba, so I'm saying it clearly. Don't allow marriage to kill you. It's not to say that marriage is bad, but I said a nagging wife is difficult to live with. It's better to live on the rooftop. The rooftop is not climbing your roof. It's staying away from her. And I've said it, maybe in connection with today's story, if your father, make sure your house will have members that will play that, because I'm playing at 6, I'm waiting for now. I want what to treat. Oh, a young man, I was just sent a message right now. He has been put in the morgue. Me do where you're near tomorrow. And I'm a casa because BP is stable. The BP is not getting stable because of what the wife is doing. Or children, we are sending the audio. Or children, we are sending the message. Your wife said this. Your wife said this. To the extent say, "I sorry, Kromu Kokran." Obano, at the Vance man, the guy no bo bass guitar. Emma, sorry. So I'm to be called rehearsal. I told you on call rehearsal. Now only me na make catch say on call na fa the phone nko ma nkofom ni enhwe say ya we go on the phone so na. Empanifo enimguase or call ya. Or banning the software to the phone so air monitor wherever he goes to.
You know, I'm not sure, but there are some women that they want to act like a mother to their husbands.
But is this love? Am I your son to act as a mother? What is that? What is that? Is this love? This is hatred. This is hatred. Now you are a widow, young woman. You are a widow. What this boy does to bring money, let's see if you can do it to get money. Let's see if you can do that same thing to get money. What is that?
I think in our culture,
Charlie, any culture, them assassin can any culture. Bema any culture. It happens in America. The Caucasians is it culture? The Chinese is it culture? Link any culture.
Like we've lost the art of being a wife and being a husband.
What is that? The way we are defining husbandship, I think that is our problem.
Oh yes.
Like a husband is a winner takes all mentality. But the Lord doesn't say that. I will say it and say it again. I will never ever force my son to go and have a wedding. I won't do it. If my son is going for document or time. Yeah, busuan ya busuan me beto se ye wale ba ko owuo mu na mama me ba no so wale ba ko ama wa ko owuo mu dabi me pese da che me mba anya fie bebre edan bebre eyire no bebre mba bebre se no ti oba ko hela se hell bi wo ha onko hell ho no ne bon sango di na san kwase ya e wasama no obenti.
We used to have such ease within our culture until insecurities were psychologically built in the minds of women through some movies they watch and other things to make it so it is like unheard of, it is unacceptable. The man is killing you, he is holding your truth.
And America said, my name now saying, it will be so be last week. And I need to say, make sure my Google account because, or see, the algorithm is built because of where frequently your account is visiting. Now, say me, almost every day or any other day, there is this pop-up of a software that comes. You want to know where your wife is. You want to know where your partner is. Click here. I don't need it, so I won't click. But my IT guy from National Security, I gave them my phone to check if my phone has been tapped. And they told me that I should check my account has visited these areas. I mean, be that. I've not done that. I don't want to check on my wife. It is at best on do fear. On him they told me Obuonti, Obiba Mako Wale Nama. Say how nice makeup, nice face, on a woman. Nice. Who are you? We are not born some. Obiba 42 years. Okoye de wasamado. Okoye de wasamado. Okoye de wasam. Last 2 weeks. Okoye no. Hwe ne car ko say wo kwan so. And VIP 4 fan in the middle of the way. Car no fan back to Accra. Can you imagine that the wife has gone to attack somebody? Say, or no ne, or believe so ni kunde tu kwa ye. Hey, I'm out here then. I have mutwemu ne fa ekos wa yem. So me catch a guy and say, on funny phone nko. Now I suspect say me yire nam di bibia to phone so but on to me nya details. I said of our bus. Of our bus, edi go yire na say. Okay, obey a cow tomorrow or see your body car not tomorrow. BBC no drunk and will be say. Now, what's to be able to talk about BBC can add so that cattle. When the sky that talk about, and this kind of young. Okay, actually say, oh, and you know, so much say we here. The Bible is here. Oh, yeah, you know, baby, you know. Story. Don't waste that energy. Create homes with few houses. This young man has built a house. Okachen said, latest by September, or one or China, I'll be finishing in them. The evening him with dinner temps. With dinner temps 42 years. Now we're here nothing. You're born, you're born, son. I will kuna for now session to me number 2 car off. Bema wutie. Menka se maya bonsam. Menka se emanye. Ba me say. Oba bia da ne yire a, obeda ne monster. Oba bia da ne yire a, obeda ne monster. The papa fam e wo ma mi nsem. Ene na sesi a wo so fam wo yin nsem. Adam. Urefi. Nyame de ne tena di ntro no ma odi na adwuma. Ena nyame kuro ya se enye se be ma nko betena. Ena ko fa de so abre Adam. And Adam being in 7 or being in 32. Then do 32 because there was no wisdom. There was no wisdom for Adam. What's not in trouble for 10 years? You didn't see. Your mouth about Jimmy. Anna medical D. Happen in your car. I go. Bema can think. Bema when you be. Hey, I saw baby factor. So can't you put your house in order? Hey, yeah. It's so painful to be a chief executive of a company, to be a leader of a lot of group, to be respected among men. And you have a phone call to ask you, can you put your wife in order? You know what that means? That's disrespect to your ego. For somebody to call you, put your wife in order, she's doing too much. Tell her she's not the only person who is married. Tell your wife she's not the only person whose husband is sleeping around. You know what it means? It's an insult to you. And especially when nobody has ever heard anything about your wife before. If your wife is an evil person walking there, it's normal. It's normal. So be him so bit my. But the wife who you have painted in a certain picture, all of a sudden, everybody is telling you about your wife. According to 42 years. 42 years. Escalated BP. The wife will now see how money comes. Oh, sorry, I'm not bisa dria, bisa poma, bisa saman. Said that is your. This young man told me that. Oko yi nyama obi di no container by. And I nyama be do tema. It ye yi nyama no na no watching kakra. Ne yiri eye next. Oji aketua papa. And our friends said, Charlie Mammy, we did no watching. Nyame bi aba me dey ko site. Bem nipa no dey buy and say, the watching report or dey be confiscate container. Eti memfa mempe 30,000 Ghana cedis in there. No fan source of any year. O say the yiri ka chen say, na nyama okoto in China no ye ntombi o Ghana. Onu ni sika. Oni ko school. Hey! Onu ni sika. Oni ko school. Enye obi a onye adwuma obi oye adwuma na oye top up akoye di masters akoye DBNS so say den ukun pe 30,000 Ghana catch them say wo sika wo di go school na nyama na okoto fi China by the be ni Ghana. Finally he asked the guy or yes can be to catch the guy and say on ton nyama na wo continue ni na dey be kan of family. Well, who got you to see a catch him? Oh, I will always advocate for marriage. And look, don't be deceived. There is no way that you can find yourself a good wife. You only find yourself a good wife after marriage. Hey, I'm now here near statue. Castle Paul 6. I can add 30 minutes to it. So Link, I understand you. A lot of people are hiding behind their work, their businesses, and a lot of people are also hiding behind church as pastors. One of the suffering race in our marriage line are pastors. One of the suffering professions are pastors. But they don't know where to turn to. But if your wife goes to tell your colleague pastor or your colleague pastor, if your wife goes to tell your colleague pastor what you are doing and what you become, it leads you to a lot of inconvenience. Now, junior pastor first or say until when you are in the now one can sort to one Charlie. Man, the omukasenti but one day na say. Now junior pastor. Obi a watete no nyame sumu frɛ waka se so yire e dey complain bi abana. Ono ogidi say woni ne tenase na de kasa. Enti ase e ba. Ye no be ka de. Woni say e tenase kasa na akobo junior pastor wane. Don't die because of marriage.
Counselor, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, boss.
What you want to say?
I don't know that one so.
Na me adome we. Pacho mo this say dey baba me person me to wodi me say. Pacho mo mbo youth. Na this time we dey enye easy.
E wo fa be so.
Na mo ye fit ti ni na. though but so mungo deep Emma youth and yes, marriage is not for them. And easy. It can make you or unmake you. You can try the rest of your life, and you can make it when you get a good woman. But in yes, a good woman, no say or your above. But obey me at was here. Eddie great any any what's that's all. They are getting with the help of God, we pass it through.
Bema.
Now, one way
make kind of friend.
Okay.
Description of my video. And the guy, the Benyacha, only be while in that, a video. A video. Why?
Okay.
Oh, Walia, and son of Benyabi. Our day, I tried error. But what I said, our day, I tried error. Obi ntumi nyagere dise wawale eju ni obi asema wale ne da obi a me a counselor my teacher check I cannot teach you how to find a good wife, but I can teach you how to become a good husband. I can teach you how to become a good wife, but I can't teach you how to find one. I don't know if you understand my conversation.
Yes, but counselor, one thing that I think figure it out is the ordinance marriage is creating a scene when it comes to marriage here in Ghana.
It's creating a scene.
Yes, it's something that
is it SIN or you are talking about SEAN, like a scene in a movie? A scene. What scene? Like, describe the scene for us before I go to my story. What scene are you talking about?
Okay, I'm talking in terms of say, a man who said that is their later, and I said that's their goal that their offer. So when the ordinance marriage is backing them of late, I've realized say when they are going for marriage, they are going based on a purpose because they have a legal backing. So it's like a creative platform beyond.
But men to have the legal backing, you are the one going to marry the woman. The woman is not the one coming to marry you. You also have the legal backing.
But when him say the whole world is against men.
Because of Adam. Because of Adam listening to Eve. That's the foundation.
Wow.
And nobody can change it, not even God. And you know why God didn't allow Joseph to have sex with Mary to have Jesus? Like we will never have Jesus being crucified.
No.
Imagine that Joseph has sexual intercourse with Mary to produce Jesus. Would Jesus be crucified?
No.
After Abraham going with Isaac to go and sacrifice and it didn't work, did you see the end of Isaac and Sarah again? That is when Keturah came into the scene. The same God that gave Sarah Isaac, the same God is the one that told Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, and Abraham never spoke to Sarah about it. When they went and the miracle happened and they came home, take your time and read after the sacrifice, an attempted sacrifice of Isaac for God. What happened between Sarah and Abraham?
Okay.
And it's the same reason why Rebecca and Isaac were not in talking terms when he was about to bless the older son.
Okay.
Go and read the Bible.
Okay.
Just take your time and go and read the Bible.
Okay.
What kind of Bible? Look, Reuben was cursed by the father. because he slept with the father's wife. Not even the father's wife, the father's girlfriend. Not the wife. Concubine is not the wife.
Okay.
And the young woman soon and start to say, Bema Chin Power the Yirechi. And Pakrana, every 40 years, 60 years, 70 years, what you almost preaching almost say, and I've been faithful to my wife. Mundi or Mundi, but we are true for.
Okay.
Osha wale asia. Uwetuma kantem nyina akase media obire chipe na medi. Obia medi wedi. Na fidie chi abo ani sunko, jani so ani sunko.
Yes.
So ni obate. Now we bring na kuma say ono ne twa de door pen on the mouth. Oni obate. Ubedi na atete ni atwe apetwe. Na wo tena ma wonya prostrate. Etwa bi da ba bi a wantu akora de ma we de na ngodi. Na nyankopon de atwadie na eba be ma nkofo ko bunsam ye ma je manka. Na mse nyankopon be gina atwadie so. Na me nyankopon be gina be ma atwadie so oba akotidie so e ma na ko bunsam je ma. Wan no benya wo so ahemmo. Obetena ha omo nkwa ma we di arahu awu.
Yes, Kristo ntiu.
And I make catch us a Christo no or him send a quotidian near Kedia than go buy no DB. Bema see when you soon if ye near Bema or te he becomes religious, he becomes prayerful when the house is getting bad. He wants somewhere to hide. A nagging wife is worse to live with. Look, he said it's better to live on the top of the roof than to live in the same house with a nagging wife. It's hurting, it's painful, but it's possible it can change. Learn how to change it.
Counselor,
I'm listening.
maybe so now I mean, person says, won't it be better say marriage should be taught as a program or a course?
We can, young man, they are teaching marriage, but I'm saying nobody can make you find a good wife until you marry. So you only know your wife is good after marriage. So there's nothing we can. The only thing we can teach you is know what husband is, know what a wife is. Asa. But to find a good husband, to find a good wife, you cannot. Nobody can give you the skills of finding a good wife or a good husband. Not even me.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. The laws for marriage are the same. Civil marriage, come and register. Traditional marriage, this is the procedure. And to say Muhammad marriage, so those ones are the way marriage is done. But for anybody to tell you that this is how to find a good wife, even the Bible says a virtuous wife who can find. It's difficult to find a wife.
Yes.
And nobody finds a wife. We find women to make their wives.
Yes.
So what are we talking about?
Okay.
Look at Angela Siama and Angrana. Have you ever heard a Siama speaking out before with Angrana? As a Siama speaks after Angrana, he cannot speak before Angrana. You remember when they went to court?
Okay.
Recently when they went to court, and the bailiff wanted to serve Agrada passed, and then Siama collected it. When she screamed on it, he dropped the letter on the floor.
Yes.
Then you go into a house where it's finished, fully finished. Agrada's house is nice. Look at the chairs. Agrada drives one of the best high-end cars. Come to the church. The billboard of the church, Agrada is big. Esiama is small because Agrada is the general overseer and the senior pastor. A Siama is a junior pastor. Have you heard a Siama talking before? Cash, woman power de kasan, or bad de kasan, hash. Where a man must be praised, the Caesar mentality of making a man's ego grow is where they give you appellations. Your DJ was so, your budget was so. Is that what's happening in their life? Is that what's happening in their life? Nobody can find a good wife. We can teach you how to choose, but teaching how to choose is teaching you how to be a husband. So you can be a husband to a bad wife. Hear me. You can be a husband to a bad wife. And you can be a wife to a bad husband. But it won't last. It might lead you to a cardiovascular disease. You might get pressure and it could lead you to death. It's all about money. Counselor, my BP has not come down since February. I found out that my wife has built a 3-bedroom house in Sakuma. Jimmy. Your BP is not down since you found out the wife has built a 3-bedroom house. My brother, call me 0277 609604. If it's a court marriage, call me. Abana father. Don't worry, if it's a court marriage, call me. The law is good. You see, the civil marriage thing, people believe that everything is about a woman. No. I say when there's a divorce today between me and my wife, if we divorce today and it comes to child custody, because my wife works, the law will also ask her to contribute. The law is not straitjacketed. Rent a place for them to live in, pay for the children's schools. No. The law would let you know that it is a shared responsibility for the children. Number 2, the law will also see that what was I doing while we're in the marriage? I bought my wife 4 cars. I was the one paying for rent. I was the one doing the upkeep of the house. I was the one paying fees. So the judgment by the judge, by these things that the man is doing at home, will affect the final judgment. Don't be afraid to go to court to divorce. Don't let anybody lie to you that when you go to collect your property. No. There's no law like that. Look, there are cases that are reasons what they use as precedents to settle issues. So don't feel that you call you be you better check out you to me. You be more values what you be. So yeah, so your party wakosi 3-bedroom house to do what them. Say for you get your master now so make me see. Or better who dan or catch your ban or ban can say or the sika jai and master mo so make me see. Who be when say catch that bema why you one day you kunu san kwase asem say. Na edu anadu our bring the court be do twa. Abena ba story na yen kan ye be pon ha gono na kan my ritual bin so buy and then me group members in yanko ana me amen kan ma da ni ma me yi ma asema no na me pon adesua de buy Tuesday bi ayi be sua de me kan letter na buy de me da ma say and me no abisha. My girlfriend never makes an effort to pay for anything. It's like her money is hers and mine is ours. In the 1 year we have been together, she has always looked to me for everything financial. The interesting thing is, She earns more than I do and even has a side job. One time, just have banana. One time, let me continue. Sorry. The interesting thing is, she earns more than I do and even has a side job. One time, I pretended to be broke and asked her for a loan. She told me to use quick loan. I was shocked. It's not that I am incapable of providing for her, of her needs, but I am thinking about the future. This attitude worries me because one of the foundations of a good marriage is generosity. Young one, don't deceive yourself. One of the foundations of good marriage is generosity. Don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive yourself. When you meet the frustrated, self-acclaimed, motivational speakers based on the experience of marrying their wives for 40 years, for 60 years, the things they say, don't take it to heart. Most of them are baller. Baller. For our best network, I'm not sorry, my lord. I miss you. This attitude worries me because one of the foundations of a good marriage is generosity, and she seems to lack it. For this reason, I've been thinking of ending the relationship. But is that the right approach? Abranti chesoni obaya twimpra. Obo mpra twum afi ba ko ni na obaya ole na twimpra yi omma ne nsanka na no nka bibia obisa. Bibia mami we mi go to we mi sika so send we mami fide na send mi sika yetina si na otwe mi nse ni sika bi ambai then aba na say na then na medi okomo de bio many mi na miti wa ya basa me nails are dry mitimi pie go abonti me na echi nyina tete won send na hwe man o si sa na tie na de bi no share da na o ka twense oyima ene de me ho nye de wo na bombo se kakra wanka ebo no bosi ko quick low for quickly na ko jiska bi o se ma ne yem hye ne se na adwin mu no yese awade an hye ase na awade papa da kye awade papa no e awade a oba nya ode ma bema nya ode ma oba na me se oboa sia member no ba utimu da. Don't think more in that ways. Say awade pa and they say, I don't think. Our pa and they say, oh boy, generous. Generosity is, look, have you seen a generous woman before? Have you met one before? When people are giving at their availability level, don't think they are generous. As a tribe that broke well before, and you know whether your wife is stingy or generous. So, I mean, don't go to that extent. Should you break up with her because you feel that she will not be able to support you in future? Young man, don't use this reason to break up with her. And don't use this thing to stand on to marry her. And don't convince her to be generous so that you can marry her. I'm telling you straight in the face. She is the woman that every woman will be like. After all, she did well. And one of the good things she has done is to show you where to go for money. Your first and last to ask a woman for loan. Don't do some again. It's nice to ask if they can help because they are helpmates. I've never said anywhere that it is wrong for a woman to voluntarily support a wife. But mind you, if your husband, who doesn't ask you, get to a stage in the marriage to ask you, think twice. Maybe, just maybe, he's genuinely broke. Prove to him you can give without complaining. But man, be careful. Well, when a woman gives you in 1985, she will tell the children in 2025 how useless you were until she came into your aid. I pity the men who are fully not in charge except their wives. Like I say, like other men I know, enjoying the booties of women, enjoying the labor of women, living in homes, apartments bought by women, working in companies established by their wives, and they be made rubber stamp owners, CEOs, director generals, COOs. I pity you, because today you are smiling. Very soon you'll be frowning, or you come up with a communicable disease that will kill you. So are women. It doesn't make them evil. It doesn't make them bad. But this is how God created them. They are receivers. They only give. They only multiply. They only bring out what they have received. It's painful to live with a wife who you are giving her opportunity to have children that may resemble her, look at your face and tell you, you've not done anything for me in this marriage. And I keep hearing that every day. The young man who just passed on, the wife said, "When you're mommy, if I was a senior mommy, and so why mommy?" And the young man started crying. When you're mommy, what are you expecting in a marriage? When a man is able to pay a bride price, he's done something. Because marriage is not easy. It's not easy. Maybe for women, marriage is easy, but not men. Men don't find marriage easy. So if a woman can look at your face and tell you that, what have I gained in this marriage? Apart from pain, ridicule, mockery, not being able to achieve anything. I came into this marriage with a first degree. I've not been able to have my master's. I came into this marriage with an SS certificate. I've not been able to go to the university. What have I achieved? But you have 7 children with this woman. You have 4 children with this woman. You have 1 child with this woman. This woman is not lying on the street. She's lying under a roof that you are struggling to pay. August is coming. Very soon, July, August. You are supposed to cough close to 35,000 to pay a rent, so you can continue living where you are living. You don't even, if you are not even careful, your wife is coming to sack you from the Garden of Eden. I am tired of living in this area. The area I'm living in is difficult to get a car to go to work. It's so difficult to get it, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. Let's think of living somewhere. Let's think of getting a new place to live. I am scared of the future, that the way things are going, I don't even know you can buy a house for us to go and live in. We have overgrown this house. A three-bedroom house, they say we have overgrown. Then Chamber Hall is worse. Chamber Hall is worse. Chamber Hall is worse. I am not saying that a man should not achieve. No. Every day I tell women that, look, you can encourage a man to achieve if you know how to talk. Don't bruise the ego of a man in the name of advice. Young man, hear this. The lady you are dating, and maybe in your mind you think she's a wife, has proven to you that she's not a giver. But you still want to prove to her that I love you, even though you can't give. I won't stop you. But this is my stand. The fact that she's not giving you today doesn't mean she can't give you in future. But they are givers. A true giver is the one who gives you and will not match you according to what they did for you. And if you hear a woman saying that, go and ask him. When I met him, he didn't have anything. When I met him, he didn't have a car. When I met him, he didn't have a house. When I met him, he didn't know how to dress. I transformed him, and today he has become sumptuous and he can talk in public. When I hear a woman giving testimony about you like this is not a testimony. This is a mockery. This is a mockery. And I will always encourage a man, never marry broke. Never marry broke. Never marry broke. Marry when you are established. And I keep saying every day, I will make sure my son will never marry broke. If my son finds himself in future in love with a rich man's daughter, I won't stop my son from marrying a rich man's daughter. But the level my son will have would at least match a rich woman's daughter or a rich man's daughter. If you leave your father's 7-bedroom house and decides to live with me in the name of marriage in a single room self-contained or a chamber in a hall, you can't put pressure on me to go and own a 4-bedroom house. Don't allow this to eat you up. It's painful to die a premature death at 42 years because of a pain caused by a man or caused by a woman. Premature death is a sin. So, young man, you are seeing the sign. This is not a red flag. Forget about those who are doing the motivational speakers on TV, on radio. This is not a red flag. That a young lady tells you, go for loan instead of asking me for money. The young lady tells you, I don't have some to give you. It is not. It's hurting. It's painful. It doesn't make sense where you sacrifice whatever you have for a woman, and when it's your turn for them to sacrifice just a little of what they have, they prove to you that they don't have. It's painful, but don't allow this to eat you up, because it is easy for a man to have BP and die than for a woman to have BP and die. Abner is having bad network, so let me just quickly go and wrap up and leave. Sadi, if you had a story, then your take can come on. I see link is down. The link. Do you have a take on this story quickly? I'm closing in the next 5 minutes.
You said enough on that particular point, and I would say that we as young men, we do have a lot to learn. We do have a lot to learn, because probably this would have been avoided. But then, he just put himself into that house, thinking he's doing the best he can, or thinking maybe he wants to, be a man.
Link, speak up. Those on YouTube can hear you, so can you speak up more for them, please?
All right. So I'm saying that a lot of men are trying their best. I don't know if it's because the social structure, but a lot of men are trying to be a man. And even when things are harming them and they are suffering, they still want to put up that hard, strong face until eventually their spirit just gives up. And suicide rate is increasing, and mostly not for women, but for men. And most of them are married men. And so you can see that marriage is not getting easier. And sometimes I keep asking myself this question: why would you want to accept to marry a man and go into the man's life to go and stress the man out? I just can't comprehend the whole dynamics of how that thing just happens.
Oh, they don't know that they are strangling you. When women are doing things to you, is strong. Nothing is happening to him. And the painful part is that when they are doing these things to you, they collaborate with other women. And so you are more, the painful thing is that when a woman does things to you, it is normal. But when your wife does it because you are married, your man will fail and to share who deserve you to throw it kills. Those are the issues I'm talking about. So I agree with what you're saying. But Charlie, it doesn't stop men from getting married. And let me encourage you that you will never find a good wife. But Bible says that a good wife who can find. Even Adam had a struggle with Eve. And they struggled so another woman came into the life of Adam. So Link, I get where you're coming from. Thank you so much. Sadi, Do you have any take on this story today?
Please, hello. I wasn't down with
sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
I joined a few other folks, and sometimes when you hear some men in marriages talking, it is though they are in some form of competition with their husbands. I have done this, so my husband should also do this, and I have done this, so he should also be doing this. If he's not doing this, I'm not going to do it for him. So I kind of wonder if that help with it's not entering their minds, or they have their own definition of being a helper to a man, because I just don't get it. Is the help all about is it all about sex and making baby? Because I get very confused when I find women talking as though they live in isolation from their husband. They do not see their husband's win as their win. They don't see their husband's progress as their progress. It's almost as if there is some dissociation, as though they are doing the man a favor, or they are just playing some menial role, and that the man needs to also do something to get them to do whatever their role is. Like, what is this?
Boss, Salomon was an emergency girl seems here. I'm sorry, I'm listening to you. You are right. You are right. You are right. You are right.
I felt that the whole concept of marriage has either been misunderstood, or that we have
I see.
What marriage is supposed to be, because people marry and they are in competition with their husbands, like full-blown competition. Who is to build first? You build for your mother, you must also build for me, or I must also, there's so many complications, so many competitive fronts, and I ask myself, are these two not supposed to become one?
We'll never be one till we die. Link, we'll never be one till we die. There's no husband and wife that will be one till they die. It will never happen. Never will it happen. Never will it happen. Because if your wife can look at your face and say that I'm investing my money, it's the truth. You see, it's the truth, but it's not said. It bruises the ego of a man. It destroys a man forever. It's not that your wife doesn't have. Your wife has, but she has invested it.
Some women, I don't know if they are not aware of some of these things, because some things are there, in as much as it is true. Are they even supposed to say it? Because I always keep telling myself, if men are saying everything they are saying about you, you think they are the most evil people.
Yeah, because if your husband can come in all his ego to tell you I'm broke, can you support me? And you can look at his face and say, I've invested my money, so I don't have money. It's not like you discuss an investment with your husband. Honey, I have some 50,000 I want to go and invest. There have not been any discussion. Me, I've said it. It's better for you to go outside to go and look for money. And if it doesn't go well for you and you die, they use your wife as collateral by virtue of your marriage certificate. Tell the creditors, this is my wife. Write her name, Mrs. Vanessa Kobe, and sign her signature as if it's her. Take the money. If things doesn't go well and you die, you come and arrest your wife. It's better. Because if you have a daho, that is my motto.
Like entire focus, entire mind is on a nuclear family. Like our
Link is normal. If your wife is a normal, listen. Me as I sit here, may God give me grace. I'll build in my wife's mother's house, my wife. I've said it before. I will. Even if my wife decides to build, I'll make sure that 70% of the things to build in my in-laws' house will be mine for my wife. You know why? No matter what I do for my wife, she will never be satisfied until I build on the mother's soil or the father's soil. That is the only evidence. And the next thing is that all children will follow their mother. So the house I'll build for them, it will be there. But it's good that when they go to their grandmother's house, there's a place they can enjoy. And that is because I invested into it. I will. Look, I am tempted to believe that I will even build a house for my wife before I build my own house. Link, my time is up. Thank you. Sedi, Esther, anyone want to take my phone? Sedi. Hello, Sedi. Okay. Who is there? Is it Parker or Park? Okay, Park is he?
Yes.
Anything on a young man who is complaining about the girlfriend not giving anything? But my statement is that spending on a dating partner is wrong. Don't do it. What's your take?
Yeah. I think that first of all, let me say this.
Esther, we started at 5:03. Today I said I was going somewhere, so I've done 1 hour 30 minutes. Sorry. I'll come back live again, but not like this. Sorry, my dear Esther. Yango.
So I'll first of all say some of the things that you're teaching probably will take a very long time for people to really understand, because many people are not yet inclined with the kind of message you are teaching now, because they don't really get it. And those who are getting it are probably people who have much experience and probably have lived through it. So this, depending on the woman during the time of dating, is not something that needs to be encouraged.
Nobody should do it. Even a wife. Don't spend what you need on the wife. Spend your spare on your wife.
So it's necessary that people are generous. Generosity is important. It's just an ingredient, and it's something that should be part of human life. My concern here is when it comes to a woman or a partner being generous. I'm looking at the long term. For instance, the children, if the relationship progresses to that level.
Please speak out small for me. Those on YouTube cannot hear you. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm saying that I'm looking at the future or the long term.
You're talking about the generosity of a woman.
Yes.
Okay.
If the relationship generates into marriage, we are looking at the children, and as a man or as a husband, I'm much more concerned. When I married my wife, one of the things that I told her is I am much more concerned about the character and the nature of children that we are going to produce, because there's a certain kind of ingredients that I'm looking for. So if I don't find those ingredients, it disturbs me. It's a concern to me. So if he has a problem with it, well, I don't see anything wrong with him making a decision. And if he still doesn't have a problem with it, he still have to make a decision anyway. So, and then again, I don't think anybody should take his life because of going through marital challenges. I know how it is. I know how it feels when there's a challenge in marriage. But it is time that men, understand and develop this psychology, this mindset and emotions that we need to be very tough in our emotions. See, for the past 2 months, I've had and heard a lot of stuff. Men who are going through stuff, financial challenges, marital challenges, and some of them have gotten BB. There was one that which are the both parents, at the
Yeah. The brain, brain clot. The same thing happened to the 42-year-old guy. The BP was 2 something. They fighting team. They were who says he already 42. Sasa.
So
Assam
the same thing because he wants to make certain targets in the home and all of that. So we must think about ourselves. We must be concerned about our.
Can we think of ourselves?
As much as we
can we think of ourselves? We can't do. Can you? Jimmy. Can you imagine a man buys a brand new car? Then he gives the new car to the wife and he's driving the whole way every time with you bonnet no or the Zoom we're eating. We can't think of ourselves.
We counselor and whatever we do as men, we are thinking about the women. I'm talking about taking care of our own health. So sometimes at least we should learn it. We should be deliberate about it. Be deliberate to pamper yourself. Be selfish.
So a man, I want to repeat your statement for those on YouTube. Bible is saying that a man should be deliberate about celebrating himself once a while. Is that what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So Father's Day, you wake up, none of your children tells you Happy Father's Day the whole day because their mother didn't remind them that you are the father. Then you should be worried. No, don't be worried. Bible says don't be worried. Every day you are a father.
I will go to Basalisa, order cappuccino.
He said, go and order cappuccino and drink. Tell you, a guy off. We're a guy off. I will see me that's it. In the next 1 hour, I'm coming back on live again. The importance of marriage vows is a big topic. I'm treating that one right now. That's why I'm closing now. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Mind you, that this is proudly brought to you by Makwe Ginger Honey Chips. Makwe Ginger Chips is now everywhere. In the UK, 079-6011-8139. Palms African Shop. 079-6011-8139. Please order yours. Go to Palms African Shop. Everything is there. And the same thing if you are in America, 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that today we cannot continue our show like we go to 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm supposed to close right now because I have the next show coming up and I have to change my dress. If Abna was here, I could have changed what Abna is running, but Abna is having network challenges because of where she's living. Remember, I've never hated a wife. I'll marry today, I'll marry tomorrow, I'll marry again. I've never said that women are bad. I've never said that women are evil. But I'm saying that it's difficult to find a wife. Wives comes after marriage. Let's learn to be matured in the marriage industry. Reporting your husband everywhere for people to talk to your husband in the name of love destroys the marriage. Like Bcos said, learn how to happy yourself. Be deliberate about yourself. Don't punish your wife, but be deliberate about yourself. I have learned something, and I'm learning it still today. I just lost a very big deal, very, very big one, just in the comforts of my home. I just wanted to make my wife happy, and I lost the deal. Because I realized that not just my wife, but I need to build allies around. Personally, that's my mind. I don't know about you, because nothing is a good deal. It is not affordable. For the first time in my life, I've not been able to even wish my father a happy Father's Day with a gift. My spiritual father is the same. Because the condition and the risk I've taken has broken me down. This is what a husband goes through. It's good to be a husband, but be careful that you don't die before your time. Take control of your life. Whatever makes you happy, do it, even if it's the same, and God will forgive you. I'll see you in the next few minutes. Not
yare yo yare yase obi benya wona fi yare yamfa yare nsu nya nipa sichire yare ni no sickness can determine the last straw of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and loved ones, supporters of our foundation, the CL Foundation for Health, Diabetes and Asthma and Cerebral Palsy, we are knocking at your doors, knocking at your pocket, knocking at your emotions. Support me and my team to support people living with diabetes, asthma, and cerebral palsy. Your donations are welcome on 862-215-2007. Your Zelle, 862-215-2007. MTN Ghana numbers 055-000-5077. 055-000-5077. It is the MTN number. CL Foundation for Health and Support. Help us with the diabetes equipment, glucometers, wheelchairs, old clothing, new clothing, financial support, and let's give it to the needy. Thank you for your support.